All right, so are you ready to like crack the code of the IELTS?
Yeah.
You're prepping for the IELTS and want to know what cue card topics might pop up in 2025.
Oh, yeah. We've got you.
It can feel like a total mystery, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But today,
Right.
we're going to decode those cue cards together and like give you the strategies
Yes.
to impress even the toughest examiner.
For sure.
We've got the IELTS Cue Card Mastery 2025 Prep Guide right here with us.
Oh, that's a great guide.
Ready to spill all the secrets?
Absolutely.
And we're not just listing topics.
no.
We're giving you the tools to sound confident, fluent, and interesting, even when you're under pressure.
Safe and under pressure, that's right.
So first up,
yeah.
let's talk tech.
Okay.
You might get a prompt like, describe a time technology made your life easier.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty simple, right?
It does, doesn't it?
But I feel like a lot of people could fall into the trap of being too general.
Oh, absolutely. They might just say, smartphones are useful, and just leave it at that.
Right? It's like saying food is good.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really tell us a story.
Doesn't tell the story at all.
The examiners want those specific examples.
Yeah.
They want that clear story structure.
Absolutely.
Like you're painting a picture with your words.
You got it.
So instead of talking about smartphones in general,
Right.
what could you talk about?
Well, you could zoom in on a specific app that really changed how you manage your finances.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, like that budgeting app and the guide?
There's a great example in there.
What was it called?
Mint.
Mint.
Okay. Yeah.
So they talk about someone who was really struggling to save money.
At first, yeah.
And then they started using Mint. And the app started sending them like these weekly reports, these alerts.
Yeah, and help them track their spending.
So helpful.
So useful. And as a result, they were able to automatically save 20% of their salary.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's incredible. So you've got the problem, the solution, and a fantastic result.
Yeah. You see how the story unfolds?
I do.
It's clear.
Yeah.
And did you notice the language too?
Yeah.
Like budgeting alerts and habits?
Yes.
Simple words, but they paint such a clear picture.
Yeah.
And you know those contrast phrases like at first,
Yes.
now,
Love it.
helps structure that response.
So it's not about using like the fanciest vocabulary.
No.
It's more about the clarity
Exactly.
and that well-structured narrative.
That's what's going to impress them.
Okay, this is gold.
Yeah.
Specific examples, problem, solution, result,
Yes.
and simple but effective vocabulary.
Right.
That's what we need for this type of cue card.
Absolutely.
And I bet hitting those points will help you score high in the lexical resource
Yeah.
and the fluency and coherence sections of the marking criteria.
Yes, definitely.
All right, let's move on to traditions,
Okay.
which I feel like is something that trips people up a lot. So the prompt could be something like, talk about a tradition in your country that is changing.
Right.
And I feel like the trick here is to really explain how it's evolving.
Exactly.
Not just saying that it's like becoming modernized,
Right.
because then you just get those vague statements.
Yes. And you're not giving specific examples.
So how can we avoid that?
Well, there's a really good example in the guide about weddings.
Okay.
So it explains how weddings used to be these huge multi-day affairs.
Right.
But now a lot of couples are choosing these smaller, more eco-friendly celebrations.
I like that.
Yeah.
So instead of just saying weddings are changing,
Yeah.
we need to actually paint a picture of how they're changing.
That's right.
And I love that this example goes beyond just saying that.
Yeah.
There's a personal anecdote about the speaker's cousin opting for a one-day wedding with recycled decorations.
I love that.
So you're adding a personal touch,
Sure.
bringing the story to life,
Yeah.
and showing that you really understand the nuances of this changing tradition. So you're hitting those key elements, what the tradition is, how it's changing, and your personal take on it.
Right.
Because the examiners want to see that you can relate the topic to your own experiences.
Yeah, they do.
And you know what else I thought was really helpful?
What's that?
The guide advises against using those like generic terms.
Oh, yeah, like globalization
Yeah.
or modernization.
It's like encouraging us to use more personal and relatable language.
Exactly.
So instead of saying
Right.
society is evolving,
Yeah.
you could say people now prefer.
That's much better.
It's more engaging.
Yeah,
And it shows that you have like a deeper understanding of the topic.
exactly.
Okay, so when we're tackling this changing tradition theme, it's about showcasing how the tradition is evolving
Yeah.
with a specific example, ideally from your own experience, and ditching those generic terms
Yeah.
and using language that's more
Personal,
and relatable.
relatable, yeah. Perfect.
All right, now I have a feeling you're going to relate to this next theme.
What's that?
Describe a skill you learned that was difficult at first.
Oh, yeah.
I bet almost everyone chooses learning English.
Probably.
Which makes sense.
It's relatable.
It is. But wouldn't that be a missed opportunity to showcase something unique about yourself?
Exactly.
So you want to choose a skill that is unique to you.
Yeah.
And one that you can talk about with genuine passion.
Mm.
And the guide uses a fantastic example of someone learned to cook Thai curry.
Oh, I love Thai curry.
Me too.
Yeah.
So they were talking about how at first they really struggled.
Yeah.
They were burning spices.
Oh, no.
Forgetting key ingredients.
Oh, dear.
But through YouTube tutorials and persistent practice,
Yes.
they finally mastered the dish.
Good for them.
And now their friends are saying it's even better than restaurant curry.
That's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what makes this example stand out?
I think it's the detail,
Yes.
the burn spices YouTube tutorials,
Yes.
and that idea that patience beats talent.
Yes.
It makes the story so memorable.
And they didn't just say, it was very difficult.
No.
They used more descriptive language.
Yeah.
Like, I struggled with, or it took me 3 tries to...
That's better.
It just feels more authentic and engaging.
It does.
It's like you're taking the examiners on a journey with you.
Exactly.
They can almost smell those burning spices.
Yeah, and feel that frustration.
So for difficult skill learned,
Mm-hmm.
it's about showcasing a unique skill.
Yeah.
Using those vivid details to bring the story to life.
Uh-huh.
And ditching those weak statements for more descriptive language.
Absolutely.
All right, I think I'm getting the hang of this.
You're a natural.
So now let's tackle a theme that I think makes a lot of people overthink.
Okay.
Discuss a time you solved a problem creatively.
Oh, yeah.
That word creatively.
It can be intimidating.
It can be.
People might think they need to talk about, like, inventing something groundbreaking.
Right.
Or creating a masterpiece.
Or writing a symphony.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what they're looking for.
Not at all.
So creative in this context just means thinking outside the box.
Exactly.
Finding an unconventional solution to a problem.
Right. You don't have to be Picasso to ace this cue card.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's more about resourcefulness
Yeah.
and adaptability.
Uh-huh.
Like that example in the guide where the person's laptop breaks
Oh, yeah.
right before a crucial exam
That's not good.
and they can't afford to get it fixed immediately.
No.
So what do?
Well, they borrowed their sister's tablet,
Okay.
and they used the free Wi-Fi at the library to study.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, it wasn't a glamorous solution,
No.
but it worked.
It was effective.
Yeah,
And it also follows that problem-solution lesson structure
it does.
that we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
where you're clearly explaining the problem,
Mm-hmm.
the steps you took to solve it,
Uh-huh.
and what you learned from the experience.
Absolutely. And you know something else? The guide points out a really common grammatical error.
Oh, what is it?
Inconsistent verb tenses.
Oh, yeah, it's easy to slip back and forth
It is, especially when you're nervous.
between past and present tense.
Yeah. But remember, consistency is key.
So stick to the past tense when we're recounting those past events.
Exactly.
Okay, and what about a natural opening phrase?
Well, the guide suggests starting with, let me tell you about. Yeah, it's simple.
But effective.
Right.
So for creative problem solving,
Yeah.
we need to think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Use that clear problem solution lesson structure.
Yeah.
Stay consistent with our verb tenses.
Yes.
And start with a natural opening phrase.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay, so ready to tackle the final theme for today?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Okay, so this one is a bit tricky.
Uh-oh.
Describe a person who inspires you.
Okay.
So it seems straightforward enough, right?
Yeah,
But I feel like there's a hidden layer of complexity.
I can see that.
Because this is where a lot of people might just choose those predictable, almost cliche figures.
Ooh, yeah, I bet we'd hear a lot about Elon Musk
Yes.
from Mother Teresa.
Exactly. And while those individuals are super accomplished,
They are.
the examiners are more interested in someone who has had a genuine and personal impact on your life.
Yeah.
You know?
Like who has really inspired you?
Yeah. In a tangible way.
Like whose actions or words have really left a lasting impression.
Exactly.
Ooh, and that example in the guide really resonated with me.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
It was about a high school math teacher
Okay.
named Mrs. Lee.
Okay.
And she went above and beyond to help the speaker
Wow.
when they were struggling with algebra.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's not about some grand famous figure.
No.
It's about someone who made a real difference
Yeah.
in this person's life.
Ah,
And what makes it stand out is the level of detail they give.
yeah.
Like they mention Mrs. Lee by name.
Uh-huh.
They include a direct quote from her.
Oh, what was it?
Mistakes are part of learning.
Oh, I love that.
And then they explain how Miss Lee's dedication inspired them to start teaching these free math classes in their village.
That's amazing.
Like this beautiful illustration of how one person's influence can have this ripple effect outwards.
I love that.
It's personal specific.
Yeah.
Shows a genuine impact.
It does.
And remember what we were saying about those overused adjectives?
Yes.
The guide suggests swapping out words like hardworking or kind of for more nuanced vocabulary.
Yeah, like
patient, dedicated, or innovative.
Much better.
So it's about finding the words that truly capture the essence of that person.
Yes. Yes.
And their impact on you.
Right.
So when we're tackling this theme, choose someone personally impactful. Provide those specific details. Even a direct quote, if you can.
I love it.
And showcase how they've influenced you.
Yeah.
It's like telling a mini biography. That highlights those inspiring qualities.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm starting to see these cue cards in a whole new light.
You are.
It's not about memorizing answers.
No.
It's about finding those stories within ourselves.
Absolutely. But we can't forget about practice.
That's true.
It's one thing to understand all these concepts, but you also need to practice delivering those answers confidently and fluently.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah, the guide really emphasizes the importance of timed practice.
Yeah.
It's like training for a marathon. You know, you wouldn't just read about running. You'd actually lace up your shoes and hit the pavement.
Makes sense.
So in the same way, you need to actually practice answering those cue cards.
Okay.
So set a timer for 2 minutes.
Right.
And just speak as you would in the actual exam.
Oh, I can imagine that being a little awkward at first.
Maybe a little bit.
But I see how it could be valuable.
Yeah, it's like having a mirror.
Okay.
So you can see how you come across.
I like that.
So once you've recorded yourself, listen back critically.
Okay.
What did you do well?
Yeah.
Where did you stumble? Were you able to stay within the time limit?
Yes.
Did you use those vivid details and those personal anecdotes we talked about?
Yes.
So you're looking for areas where you can improve. Maybe you realize you're using too many filler words.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Or maybe you're not providing enough specific examples.
So it's about like identifying those little things that you can work on.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the more confident and fluent you'll become.
I love that.
Speaking of valuable resources, remember that free 2025 cue card PDF from Fluentify?
Oh, yes. The one packed with additional predicted topics.
Yes.
And like a checklist to avoid common mistakes.
Exactly.
That's going to be a game changer.
Especially for someone like me who overthinks.
Me too.
It's like having an IELTS coach right in your pocket.
I love that.
So we've got timed practice, self-assessment to boost that confidence and fluency.
Yes.
And don't forget that handy PDF packed with extra tips and resources.
So many resources.
Yeah. So before we wrap up this section, let's do a quick recap of those 5 potential cue card topics.
Love a good recap.
Me too.
Helps solidify everything.
Yeah, just to refresh our memories.
Okay.
The 5 potential topics are: a time technology made your life easier. A tradition in your country that is changing.
Yes.
A skill you learned that was difficult at first. A time you solved a problem creatively.
Yes.
And a person who inspires you.
5 prompts that at first glance seem pretty simple.
Yeah.
But as we've uncovered, there's a lot more to them than meets the eye.
And the key to success lies not in memorizing pre-written answers or trying to sound like a walking dictionary, but in confidently and authentically sharing your own experiences and perspectives.
It's about finding your voice.
Yes.
And letting it shine through.
Even under pressure.
Even under the pressure of the exam.
Exactly. And remember, the examiners are human beings.
They are.
They want to connect with your story, hear your genuine voice, and see how you can communicate effectively in English.
Now, before we move on to the final part of this deep dive,
we
have a little challenge for you.
Ooh, a challenge.
Of those 5 cue card themes we just recapped, which one speaks to you the most? Which one triggers a story or an experience that you're just like eager to share?
Hold that thought in your mind.
Yes.
We'll be back soon to explore it further in the final part of our IELTS adventure.
Our IELTS adventure. Welcome back. So we've explored those potential IELTS cue card topics. We uncovered those expert strategies from the guide and even like found that treasure trove of free resources like that Fluentify PDF.
It's a good one.
But before we send you off to conquer the IELTS speaking exam, let's circle back to that challenge we gave you.
Yeah.
Remember those 5 cue card themes?
I do.
Out of those 5, which one resonated most deeply with you?
Yeah, which one just sparked a story or an experience that you're just itching to tell?
Because when you think about it, that's where the real magic of the IELTS speaking exam lies.
It is.
It's not about memorizing generic answers.
No.
It's about tapping into the power of your own unique experiences and perspectives.
Your own story.
The examiners want to see you.
Yeah.
They want to hear your genuine voice, connect with your stories, see how you can weave those experiences into compelling answers.
That's what they're looking for.
So what story are you burning to tell?
Yeah.
Is it about a time technology completely transformed your life?
Ooh, or maybe a cherished tradition that's evolving in your country.
Or perhaps it's about a skill that you mastered through sheer grit and determination.
It could even be about a person who has truly inspired you, whose words or actions have shaped your path.
Whatever that story may be, embrace it.
Yes.
Own it. And let it be your guide as you prepare for the IELTS speaking exam.
Because
when you speak from the heart with passion and authenticity, that's when you'll truly shine.
Absolutely. You'll not only impress the examiners, but you'll also discover a newfound confidence and fluency in yourself.
And remember, the IELTS isn't just a test. It's an opportunity.
It is.
It's an opportunity to showcase your language skills, share your unique perspective with the world, and embark on those exciting new chapters in your life.
We have no doubt that you'll do brilliantly.
Don't forget to download that free 2025 cue card PDF from Fluentify.
Oh, yeah.
It's packed with even more tips, tricks, and predicted topics to help you ace that speaking exam.
It's a good one.
You can find the link in the show notes.
Good luck. You've got this.
You've got this.
Yeah.